Hey, craft beer lovers. Well, Patty and I enjoyed 2 wonderful days in Charleston, brewery hopping, going to the beach, and we're on our way home. But like most trips, we are making a pit stop. Where are we at, Patty?
We're at Steel Hands, which they have one of my favorite beers.
Okay, well, we're not going to get into that yet.
Oh.
So we are actually in Cayce, South Carolina, which, if you don't know where that's at, it is just on the outskirts of Columbia. Um, Maybe part of Columbia, I don't know, but it's a city adjacent to Columbia, and we are at Steel Hands. We do drink a lot of their beer, and we will just we'll get into this a little bit more when we get into the inside. So you know what to do. If you're not a subscriber yet, please subscribe.
Please subscribe so we can get some more subscribers.
Yeah, and give us a like because YouTube loves those likes. So
and share us.
That's how everybody is going to know about what beers to drink, right? So we'll see you on the inside. Dilly dilly. Hey everybody, I am inside Steel Hands and I'm going to show you around here, but oh my god, these guys, the beers are so good. We've been wanting to come here for so long, and we finally had the opportunity to stop. So that's what we're doing. So anyway, here's a shot. It is really, I don't know due to COVID whether they've got these tables that are up. They're putting some out now, but it's pretty crowded in here. You see the bar, the beers, and there's a lot of people in here. You got TVs up. There's 3 TVs in here. It's huge outside, and so yeah. But I'm going to. We're probably going to go outside and talk more about the beers and all, and we'll show you a little bit around out there. But it is. They've only been here for a couple years, but it's pretty sweet. So I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we are at Steel Hands, and I showed you the inside, and unfortunately we're here on a day that they do not do flights
Or food.
Food is Thursday through the weekend, and
Their menu looks amazing.
yeah, the menu does look really good, but they don't serve any food until Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I guess Sunday. In regards to flights, the only day they do flights is Friday.
And they do free tours on, I think, Friday and Saturday. So you can come and tour the brewery, which is in the back when you go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat.
Well, the other thing is too is it's not like we could drink a whole lot because
we're on the road.
We're on the road, yeah.
But, and I'm going to break in here because they have one of my favorite beers.
That's why we've been wanting to come here for a long time.
Long time. So like, I have 2 favorite coffee beers, and one of them is here. And boy, I got my.
So what's it called?
Coffee lager. So.
A real difficult name to remember.
Yeah, but
Coffee
it is so
lager.
good.
It is. I tell you what. If you're a coffee drinker, which I've said this before, a lot of coffee drinkers don't like coffee beer. I don't know if that's really true or not, but when I ask the question, that's pretty much what I end up with. But I will tell you that if somebody is brewing coffee in the morning, this beer smells just like it. You could literally drink this coffee or this beer in the morning. I mean, it tastes that good. Do you agree? The smell,
yes,
the aroma.
It's like, this has been on my bucket list, okay? So to come here. So yeah, I'm so happy we stopped in here. Like to come back again, try the food and everything too. But Mike, you had a beer that you just fell in love with that they have seasonal, right?
The coffee beer has always been. I mean, I have it in my refrigerator
Yeah,
right this very minute. Okay. So one of the beers that's difficult to find that people don't make much is a smoked lager or a smoked ale. In this case, it's a smoked lager, and it's this right here. You can see how light it is.
And the coffee's light too, so that.
And the coffee looks just like that.
Or stouts.
Yeah. So in this case, though, the lager, it is just like it's like something you just got off your grill.
Oh, you took that right out of my what I told you.
It is.
I said if Mike was cooking, it would be this. If it was a beer, because it's amazing. And what we did is we mixed his smoked with
the
my
smoked
coffee.
Lager. That's right.
Yeah, and we tried first time we had a little too much smoke in, so we tried it again and put a little bit more coffee. And we mixed the beers, and it was amazing.
It was a great combination. It really was. But this is, I mean, if you can imagine a nice smooth lager, but with just a little smokiness to it, and it's almost like you're eating something. I mean, it is really, really good.
And in the description on Untappd, it has meaty, so I thought that was real interesting. We also took a couple little samples since they didn't have flights, and they have a raspberry lemonade wheat, which is nice. But
I like wheat beers, and you've heard me say this in many of the videos, but I do like wheat beers. The raspberry lemonade, I honestly didn't know it was raspberry lemonade. I thought it was just a raspberry beer. So I tasted. I didn't taste much lemon in it as far as the lemonade, but it had just a nice little. Actually, you know what? It was probably the lemonade that made it a little twangy, a little tangy, a little whatever. But it had a nice raspberry flavor to it.
And I tell you, the one that you tried that I came over and took a sample of was that lime golden ale.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't think I would like that, but it is so refreshing. It'd be like on a hot day, whew, that would just cool you off.
Well, the weird thing is there's a few beers out there that we've probably all tried that is a lime beer. But this is probably, I don't know if this is even a word, it's the limiest beer I've ever had. It's almost like a sour, but it's not sour. And that's, it's just like Patty said, it's just a really, really nice, refreshing beer.
One of the other beers they have here is Pecan Brown, which we've had many
before.
times, and I've rated it a 4.
Yeah, I've rated it really high as well. That's really, really good. That would have been on my plate if I would have done that today. The other beer that we tried was called Foreman, and it is a golden ale, and it's just a nice, real smooth beer. So, you know, Steel Hands, can't say enough about them. We've been drinking their beer in the upstate for a very long time. And actually, I'll just tell you this story that I was out of town one night, and Patty went to one of the places that we frequent in Easley, and she won this huge
basket,
Steel Hands basket.
I think I got 3 6-packs in it and 2 coffee cups with Steel Hand for the coffee lager, and a sign and koozies. And hey, I was just bragging to Mike because he wasn't there, and that I went up to the pint station and got that on my own.
Well, I would just tell you, I'm going to go outside and I want to show you a little around here. This is a really nice, spacious place. It is dog friendly, but you cannot bring your dog inside
because of the restaurant.
But there's plenty of room outside, and we're going to show you outside in just a few minutes.
And they have a stage where they have music, I think, on Friday and Saturday night. So it's very impressive. And we didn't realize when we turned, there's a steel mill like a block down. And I think that, I don't know, I'm assuming this, but I'm thinking that's where they got their name, Steel Hands, from, because of the steel mill. So that kind of hit home since my dad worked at Wheeling Steel and then Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel. So maybe that's why I like that coffee lager from Steel Hands.
I think it's because it tastes good, though.
Yeah, it does.
So anyway, I'm going to finish my beer, and I'm going to show you around outside in just a second. So dilly dilly, and we'll be right back.
And I think it's almost 5 o'clock here. Oh,
Almost.
it's past 5.
It's past 5.
Oh.
But I will also tell you this, it's been raining and all, but even though it's been raining, the forecast has been amazing because it's been beer drinking weather the whole time.
Amen.
Amen. So here we go. We'll see you in a few.
Okay, hey, I have made something on my bucket list. I'm at Hands Brewery, and I have met one of the owners, Scott Lambert, and he's just been really fascinating to talk to. And also, can you give us a background on how you got started
Sure.
and everything?
Sure. So I tell everybody my day job's an architect. So I own an architecture firm here in Columbia, and over the course of a number of years, we've designed several breweries. And over the course of that, got very interested in actually opening a brewery. So my business partner and I came up with this idea several years ago, and it was a struggle at first. It took us quite a long time to get the financing in place, but we built a business plan and a concept about how to start a brewery. And we've traveled literally all over the United States and Canada to different breweries. And what's kind of fun about the brewing industry is that every brewery you go to, typically the owners are pretty nice people, and they tell you about how they got started, and they'll also tell you about everything they did right, everything they did wrong. And so we picked up little nuggets along the way and started to build a business plan. And so kind of big picture, having a very high quality beer, very good equipment was very important. And so we invested in a 30-barrel brew house, which is a pretty large brew house to start out a brewery with, and with the intent of being a production brewery. Also, other components that were important in that was having a tap room. So as you guys could have visited today, we've got about 180-seat tap room here, full kitchen. And really the idea is when people come here to enjoy our beer, we want to have a great experience. This is our number one marketing tool in Steel Hands, is this facility. We also have a big outdoor space, which during COVID helped a great deal. So we had a ton of people that come outside. Another piece to it is having live music. So we actually have live music on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's really about building a whole brand and experience when you come here to Steel Hands. On a busy Saturday, we'll have 1,000 people here.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and busy weekend we'll serve over 5,000 pints of beer. So give you kind of an idea of what that looks like.
I'm in the wrong business.
But it's really all about the experience. You come here, you want you to have a good time, bring your family, and experience the whole thing. And then when you go out to the marketplace, you'll hopefully buy our beer in the supermarkets or convenience stores, and really become what we call a fan of Steel Hands.
We have some in our refrigerator at home. So, what's your favorite beer?
So I like a bunch of them.
Okay.
But my usually go-to is just our base lager, which we actually is available in the tap room and in some bars and restaurants from around Columbia. But I really enjoy a lot of our beers. I mean, our brewmaster does an excellent job on his recipes, and one of the business parts of the business plan was also to have we call them crushable beers. So we're not trying to create beers that you only drink one beer of. We want you to drink 4 or 5 or 6 beers of. So they tend to be very drinkable, what we call crushable beers. So that was part of the business plan.
I heard you mention about a peach beer maybe coming out soon. Could you give us a little insight on that?
So we're working on a peach beer that'll be in the food lines here soon, and maybe at other places. So we went and our folks went and handpicked peaches at a local peach orchard. And brought them back, and we're making that beer. So that's kind of a unique thing, having this peach lemonade beer. But we've concentrated on trying to help farmers throughout South Carolina. We're actually teamed with a young group of guys that are trying to grow malt down in St. George. Kind of a cool story. They approached us about they wanted to grow malt, and kind of funny. They said, well, hey, we want to sell the malt to you guys. I said, well, do you have the product yet? And they said, no. I and so you're selling something you don't have yet. But ultimately, it's turned out to be a great relationship. So it's called Palmetto Malts. We buy malt from those guys. And once we went through the first season, we made our Oktoberfest beer. We sold out in about 2 or 3 weeks. So we decided to build a partnership with these guys, and we went down and planted about 10 acres with them, and they're going to cultivate that 10 acres with us. So it's a Steel Hands field down at their farm, and we're going to cultivate that. They're going to create another malt for us for Oktoberfest beer again this year. Kind of fun.
We'll have to make a trip down to check that out.
So we worked with pecan growers in South Carolina. Loveland Coffee is a coffee roaster here in town. We buy their cold brew coffee extract for our coffee lager beer. So we try to really support local farmers and whatnot. Then we have a whole group of local farmers also that come and get all of our spent grains. So we have, I think, 4 or 5 different local farmers that get all of our byproduct, our spent grains, and feed them to their cows and their pigs and all that good stuff.
Wow. Well, we have really enjoyed our visit here, and I know I just grabbed you out of, I don't know if you're having a meeting over there or what, but I appreciate you talking to us.
Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for coming, Jill.
Dilly dilly. Okay, people, we are wrapping up things at Steel Hands.
And I hate that we're leaving. I love this place.
Oh my God, this is. If you are in the Columbia area, I highly recommend that you come here. You know, we had a cool interview with one of the owners.
We met Taylor.
Taylor was an amazing person. She shared a lot of information about the beers and so forth with me. So what else?
Oh, you're going to show them?
Well, actually, yeah. I'm gonna flip this thing around. So they claim that on Fridays and Saturdays there's like over 1,000 people here that average. They are pouring like over. Did he not say like? I thought he said 5,500 pints.
Something like that. It was.
It's insane, but they have one of the best coffee beers I've ever had. They have
one of my favorites.
Of course, like I said, we've already talked about the beers, so we're not going to get into that. But I'm going to try to flip this thing around. There we go. Okay, so they actually have another bar at the end here. So you saw what? It's the container bar. You saw the end. So they have this whole area here that this place will hold, like I said, well over 1,000 people. The place inside is nice, and then you got this tented place over here, which I think is really cool. It says reserved, so I don't know whether that's reserved for different types of parties or what. But where are you at, Patty?
I'm right behind you.
Okay, so
to the stage.
yeah, it looks a little dark. Do what?
The stage.
Oh, the stage. Yeah, there is a stage down here that I showed. They have a band typically on Friday and Saturday.
And Sunday, they said.
And Sunday, and
they have Nashville nights on Friday now, where they're getting young songwriters and all to come down and perform.
yeah, from Nashville.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there was something that I was going to say, and I was kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway, we're at Steel Hands, Cayce, South Carolina, just outside of Columbia. And
did you want to mention though about what the owner gave you to try?
Oh, so we were talking about. I explained to him how I mixed some beers, and what I did is Patty and I mixed a little bit of the smoky lager, the smoked lager, with the coffee lager. Oh my God, that was so good. I mean, you talk about coffee with a little smoky taste. It was awesome.
And we told him about that, and he said, wait a minute, you got to try something else. So he gave us half coffee and half of the pecan brown.
Yeah.
Woo.
That was really, now you can taste primarily the coffee.
See, I thought I could taste the pecan.
See, it's going to be it's a personal experience. Yeah. So yeah. So
that was real nice.
That was really good. That was awesome of him, and we thank him for the interview, and we thank Taylor for all the information that she shared with us. So
we're going to head out now.
Yeah.
So we've enjoyed our time here at Steel Hands. Hope to come back down on a Friday and Saturday and check it out when the kitchen's open and they have music.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go get some dinner, and then we're gonna head to Easley. So dilly dilly, and remember, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Don't forget to subscribe.